What's going on, folks? Got a new video to react to today. It says that one person who ruins every moment, who has to ruin every moment. This woman, I've reacted to another one of her videos around Thanksgiving, Christmas, true crime with Lily over on TikTok and whatnot. Put out some good content. But I'm going to play her video and give you my thoughts.
Someone that has to ruin every moment, especially holidays. Have you ever met someone that has to ruin every moment, especially holidays? We were at a restaurant and a couple of tables over, there was a big group of people having a party. There was one girl sitting in the middle with a birthday crown. So staff bringing her cake out, her family gets up, they start singing, they light the candles. And that's when this one guy walks around from the back of the group towards the front where the birthday girl is. As she's blowing out the candles, the cake's that close to her face. And this guy reaches around and slams it into her face. So she's crying as they wipe cake off her face. And the guy who did it says, "Baby, I'm sorry, I was just joking." Yes, honey, it was her boyfriend who did it. He said, "Stop."
Boyfriend who did it. Yes, I do have to pause these videos or they'll hit me with some copyright stuff. I'm not saying her boyfriend is a narcissist, but they do ruin situations like this, right? They will try to make your birthday, your situations about you. It's kind of like when you getting married. You ever seen those wedding videos when they like, the partner will be like, "Hey, don't put any cake in my face. I don't want any cake in my face. I have to get my makeup done." And they'll smash cake in your face anyway, aggressively. same type of vibe right there, right?
Honey, it was her boyfriend who did it. He said, "Stop crying. It was just a joke. You're being dramatic." But her crying wasn't like, I just got cake in my face. Her crying was more distressed, like she was in pain. Everyone was staring and watching. People were wiping her face. And that was when the woman beside her said, "Oh my God, I think you're bleeding." And there was blood coming out of her eye and nose. So those hard-ass candles went in her eye, but they didn't poke her eyeball out. It just hit the eyeball and then went up and scratched her face. One of the candles...
Oh, wow. Yeah, I had to stop right there because she said something important. She did say something important right there about how her boyfriend's like, "You too sensitive, you can't take a joke." That's exactly what manipulators, abusive people will say after they do something horrible to you. Now, I haven't watched this whole video, so I know the blood part right here, somehow he might get angry, he might shut down, he might blame her, he might just try to somehow play the victim. "I didn't know there were candles on there. Who puts candles on a cake?" Or something like that. So this type of stuff happens too. So
up and scratched her face. One of the candles went up her nose and scratched the inside of her nostril, causing it to pour blood too. What made it even worse was that she had on this light colored dress, her makeup, hair, nails. She looked so good and he ruined it all. Cake was all busted up and smeared with blood. He destroyed it. Kept saying, "Baby, I'm sorry. I was just joking. I didn't mean for all that to happen." Yeah, you did. Of course, he's not taking accountability. They never do. He didn't apologize. He didn't check on her. He's now standing in the corner with his arms crossed being defensive. The birthday girl was crying and screaming. He does this every time. He has to ruin everything. I hate him. That told me.
But what you see what I said? What I say? He's gonna get defensive. He's somehow gonna play the victim. He's in a corner being defensive. "I didn't mean to do that. I was just joking." Who? Again, y'all can just say, "Oh, he was just joking." Lee, you're pandering, whatever. That's weird, man. To not take accountability. I know that sometimes when you do shit like this and you get in trouble, shame takes over, right? Shame does take over and make you start reacting in a different way. You start feeling ashamed of what you did and you don't want to take accountability. So you blame everybody else, you get defensive. And then she said, he does this every time. So this is not a one-time thing. He does, maybe not smash the cake in her face, but he does ruin celebrations and big moments, just like a lot of narcissistic, toxic-ass people will do.
Me, this wasn't the first time he's screaming. He does this every time. He has to ruin everything. I hate him. That told me this wasn't the first time he's done this. By the time we get out in the parking lot, there's a whole group of them standing around, and I think it was her parents who were telling him he was going to have to pay for her outfit and the cake, and he was not happy about that. One lady was screaming at him about how the cake costed her $135. He kept saying, "I shouldn't have to pay for all that because it was just a joke." Like, that justifies what he did. That pissed me off so bad because why do y'all have to ruin everyone else's moment? These people will cause absolute chaos to ruin the moment and get the spotlight back on them. Sometimes they don't even want the attention. They ruin your moment to get the attention off of you. They're either very chaotic or they'll do it in a playful manner so they can claim it was just a joke.
Yep, absolutely. Listen, I've reacted to one of her videos. So she deals with this type of person. She said her best, another one of her videos, she said her best friend is married to somebody who is just like that. So that's why she's probably kind of animated in her video right now, because her best friend is married to a man who does this every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, every holiday. He throws a fit. He causes arguments. He does all kinds of stuff until his wife gets up and leaves, until she leaves the party, until she leaves the celebration or whatever. But yeah, they're going to get defensive. And the fact that she said, "I hate him," and you can hate him, but if you don't leave him, He's going to keep doing this because why would he change? If he keeps doing it over and over again, he's not going to change what he thinks you're okay with. He's not going to change what he thinks you accept. Why would he do that? It's complete black and white thinking. If you don't leave me, then it's okay. But I'm also not going to let you leave me. I'm not going to let you walk away from this relationship. I'm not going to let you do this. I'm not going to let you feel good and get away from me. That's not going to happen here. So they will continue to fuck with you and do this type of stuff over and over again because they feel like they're entitled to do it. You know, I'm not saying that they are entitled to do it, y'all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they will feel entitled to do it because if you don't leave them, this is what would go to it. And yeah, is he going to pay for the dress? So now I'll close it out with this right here. A lot of times in these situations when people are looking at him and pointing the blame at him, pointing the finger at him, he'll get angry. And so if that's her family, he'll get angry and start to try to isolate her away from the family, right? He'll get super angry and tell her that she can't go around her family and friends anymore, to tell her that you have to stay around me. Or he would just say, hey, look, you can go. I'm not going over there because those people don't like me. Those people judge me. Those people make me feel uncomfortable, and you let them do it. So he will somehow, some way, shape, or form, find a way to play the victim because this is what narcissistic people do. Again, I'm not saying that he's a narcissist. I said narcissistic. It's a trait to do this type of stuff, right? It's not a diagnosable trait, but it is a trait, a common trait of narcissistic people to make situations about them, to ruin your Christmases, to ruin your holidays, to ruin your graduations, to ruin your birthdays, to ruin every single thing because they're unhappy people. You know, their unhappiness, they get unhappy from the inside out and whatnot, right? They're unhappy from the inside out. And I'll look at this real quick, y'all. I always kind of do a little brief interlude through the comment section. But this is, like I said, her account is True Crime with Lee. If y'all watch my old videos, Lee, we did it. Worst boyfriend ever, storytime, drama talk. Why didn't other men, hold on, let me zoom in. Why didn't other men at the party take him outside? So right here, so these are my thoughts on taking somebody outside. Because this has happened before, even if they take him outside, she might not leave him. So they can go out there and beat his ass, get him locked up. They go out there and beat his ass. He'll mess around. I've heard these stories before. They'll beat his ass. He'll mess around, stab one of them or shoot one of them, pew one of them, right? And then he'll press charges and he'll get off and she'll stay with him. So these type of situations happen. I'm not saying don't stand up for your partner, but you got to kind of measure the situation as well. I would have pressed charges, called the police and pressed charges. I was married to a demon like this for 29 years. Happy as I've been, so call the police. Everybody saying call the police. She's not going to call the police, y'all. No, that's so disrespectful. Get him out of your life. One of my adult granddaughters, everything's about her. Narcissistic. Damn you, describe my ex. My dad was like this. He walked out of my wedding because he wasn't the center of attention. My mom had passed away the year before. I had no parents in my wedding. Oh, hell no. I would never talk to my dad again. Fuck him. Hell no. Her parents are there and he walked away. Yeah, I'm telling y'all. Because this is a common occurrence and she might be trauma bonded. This has happened before. He's probably done this before. They stood up for her and then she went back. So they felt silly. So there's like, okay, we and they might have kids or whatever the situation may be. So we can't see our grandkids no more because he won't let us because he don't like us. You have to, it's a very delicate fence you try to teeter sometimes. Valentine's Day, Valentine's birthday here. Older brother needed a bike on my birthday. Oh my goodness. Never do that to anybody. Oh goodness. Yes, he's married to my youngest daughter. I hate this type of stuff, y'all. Anyways, y'all, True Crime with Lee. She has a lot of good videos on her page. So I'm gonna link her video in the description. Be safe. Send me these videos. Peace.